Got my beautiful Indian Scout Bobber, LED headlamp, aftermarket exhaust, aftermarket seat. Alright, so I want to talk about few things you should know before you buy an Indian Scout Bobber. This video is to really help you make that decision, an informed decision if you're in the market for this bike. So first, when it comes to price, just keep in mind whatever you buy this bike for, if you're buying it brand new, you're going to be spending additional monies on improving the headlights, changing the seat, changing the shocks, the rear suspension, the exhaust. These are like the basic modifications you will have to do to this bike to ride. So just factor the cost of these modifications into your purchase price. So this happened to me. I paid the price out of the dealer, but then I had to spend $2,500 to $3,000 on top of that to make it the way I like. And these modifications are really basic stuff. Unfortunately, these stock parts that I was referring to, all these things, are not very good and needs to be improved. So that's one, pricing. Second, reliability. This bike is reliable. So far I have 5,000 miles, close to 5,000 miles, and no issues at all. So I give you a thumbs up on the reliability side. You can buy this with confidence. You won't have major issues with this bike. Third, riding this motorcycle, just keep in mind, if you are new to riding, if you don't have experience riding a lot of 1000cc motorcycles, I think this will make you happy for a long time. Then obviously you're gonna get bored, in the sense you will need more power. So yes, it's 100 horsepower, 74 foot-pounds of torque, but it's not that fast, it's not that powerful. It's decent, let's put it that way. You have to rev this engine to get the power out of it. That's one thing you have to note. You have to ride this bike a little hard. Right now it's 3,000 some RPM. After 4,000 RPM is when this bike really opens up. So just keep that in mind. It's a little bit of a different style of riding, but it needs to be ridden a little hard to get best out of that engine. The looks is amazing. You will always get compliments on the looks, so you won't have any issues with that. It looks amazing. I think what's going to happen is you're going to spend a lot of money customizing this. There's a lot of aftermarket parts for this bike. A lot of people have this bike, so that's all positive. Another thing to keep in mind, there is not too many Indian dealers in most places. There's one or two here and there, and at least the one that I've been dealing with, they've been very expensive if I ever have to do anything done with them. Fortunately, the only thing I had to do so far is the oil change. The only time I did some modifications and stuff with them, tuning and all that, so they were pretty expensive. Getting the maximum power out of this bike, there is a lot of restrictions that Indian have placed even on tuning. There's not a lot of tunes out there, but even the tunes that is out there, you are not going to be able to get a lot out. It's not like, you know, tuning some of the Japanese motorcycles where you can get a lot more horsepower out of those motorcycles. But in this case, Indian have put some restrictions, so you won't be able to get too much out, but you can get some out. I haven't tuned this bike, but I plan to do it, and they are expensive as well. So these are some of the things you should know about this motorcycle before you buy it. And my best advice to you, if you're in the market, don't buy a new one. There's plenty in the used market. Unfortunately, Indian reduced the price of these motorcycles There was a huge supply demand issue because of, obviously because of COVID. But now what happened is they have too much supply and less demand, so the prices have gone down. So I think you should look for a used motorcycle which will save you a ton of money, and then you'll be happy. Don't do what I did. I paid it right out of the door and cost me too much money. These are some of my advice to you guys. If you have any questions, please post and I'll be more than happy to reply to you. I bought this bike. I've been living with this bike for a while now and I'm very happy. I just wish it had a little bit more power. That's it, guys. Please like and subscribe this video. Appreciate all your support. Thank you so much.